Morning, guys. Welcome to this Sunday morning show, first one of the year, and let's have a quick look at the Northern League, the Palace Shield, and the Westmoreland League. You'll get the idea as I'm going through. First of all, well done to everyone getting all the grounds ready, getting everything fit for play. We were helped by a sunny day, but you still got to put the work in. Tremendous respect to all you guys that do it. I've done things and volunteered in the past. It's not easy, but things are much better these days, it seems, and everyone's helping to do stuff. And congratulations as well to everybody getting the results in quickly. I could have done this last night, just about, bar a couple of results, which isn't bad, bearing in mind we're looking at 3 leagues. All the scorecards are on as well, so I've got access to all of those. That's where the results are coming from. So we'll look at the Northern League. You'll get the idea how this is going to go. So wins in the Northern League for Longridge, Garstang, Morecambe, Fulwood and Netherfield. And Kendal and Chorley played out a draw. More about that in a minute. My first game of the day would have been Leyland against Garstang, and I thought Garstang would struggle there. But in the end up, they came out quite clear winners. Leyland 173 and Garstang 174 for 5 with 8 overs left. But my main game of the day was Kendal against Chorley, and that turned out to be a cracker. Kendal batted first, got 161. And then time ran out for both teams, really. Chorley still going for them right to the end, 157 for 8. So they ended up 5 short of the win. So that's a winning, that's a draw with, it's colloquially called a winning draw, but it's a draw to Kendal, a batting first draw. They get the majority of the points. 161 versus 157 for 8. And Tom Aspinall for Kendal, 5 for 15. Just couldn't get over the line there, either team. So that's the Northern League results. And just a few performances now to have a look at. Netherfield won away at Lancaster, and Finlay Richardson, the wicket-keeper, 6 dismissals. So that's pretty decent. That's quite unusual. And for Longridge against Fleetwood, Jonathan Millward, 7 for 17. That's pretty good. I mean, Longridge are a good side. Fleetwood, long established in the Northern League, 7 for 17. That's pretty good, because that was a bit of a hammer in that. And the down at Fulwood, the best performance of the day was Abe Negi, who's the Fulwood professional or overseas player, however you want to term it. They gave Blackpool a right hammering, and he got 120 not out off 95 balls, loads of 6s and 4s. And then when he bowled, he got 5 for 28. So that's 120 not out and 5 for 28. That's a decent performance. That's Abe Negi. I spoke to Mark Smith, who's the Fulwood opener, used to be the Fulwood captain. Spoke to him briefly last night. They're really chuffed with him. They've hit a little gold mine there when they've got him. I don't know where they got him from. Probably Steve Hurst, maybe. But he's come through really well. If he carries on in that vein, then they'll have a really good season. So the Palace Shield, we'll have a look at that now quickly. And in the Palace Shield, there were wins for Croston, Eccleston, Kirkham and Wesham, Great Eccleston, Penwitham and Vernon Carers. Now, I had 2 games of the day to look out here, and they were both the teams that came down from the Northern League, which was Penrith and Barrow. I thought it'd be interesting. It was certainly very interesting. They got a bit of a baptism of fire, those 2 sides. Barrow hosted Vernon Carers, who they've always been knocking there, and they managed to restrict Vernon's to 161. But in return, Barrow were ball out for 58. So it's a really good win for Vernon's, and a bit of stark reality for Barrow down in the Palace Shield. And they were at home as well. They've got to go away next week. So we'll keep an eye on them. I thought the game of the day in the Palace Shield would be Great Eccleston against Penrith, because I really thought Penrith would do well. They've got Asher Hart, who played for them when they were in the Northern League. Decent all-rounder, I think. Didn't really do it on the day. Great Eccleston scored 240 for 7. And Penrith were balled out for 163, because that's quite comprehensive, nearly 80-run win. Will Thistlethwaite of Great Eccleston, 116 not out. So I think the Palace Shield has held themselves up pretty good there in those 2 games, and we can look at things with a bit more interest, I think, because it would appear that unlike in previous years, when, for example, Lancaster and Morecambe and Kendal have come down from the Northern League, they've pretty much gone straight back up. I mean, Preston's the exception, but the Lancaster and Morecambe have pretty much gone straight back up. particularly Lancaster last year or a couple of years ago. They won it by a mile. So we need to probably keep that under attention and have a look at that. So that's the Palace Shield there. And now onto the Westmoreland League. Now, this is my league, and I picked out 2 games of the day here. First of all, there were wins. There were wins for Heysham, Arnside, Millthorpe and Trimple. And the games between Silverdale and Westgate and Carnforth and Bear were draws. So batting first draws for Carnforth and Westgate. Worth noting, though, that both of these games, there was quite a big disparity in the scores, but Silverdale and Bear both hung on for the draw despite being 9 wickets down. So they get some value out of that. That's why I like the draw. They get some value out of it. They were miles away from winning, but they get something. And they haven't lost. So that's real good stickability. I quite like that. So those were the results from there. I'll go on to a couple of games now. Sedgwick and Millthorpe was the game I picked out as might be quite decent. Millthorpe batted first, 222 for 6. Robert Parker got 118 of those. Now, you might know his name. He used to play for Carnforth and he's playing in the Northern League. Not played for a lot of years. First game back, I think, for several years. 118. Always been a decent batsman, so that's a decent knock. And so Millthorpe won that game. So 15 points. Happy days for them. And the second game of the day that I had was Shireshead and Heysham. What was that? Heysham, wasn't it? Heysham versus Shireshead. Now, Shireshead batted first, scored 212. That's very competitive. Heysham's bowling attack, do you know what? It's been boosted a little bit. And Heysham went into bat, knocked him off, 213 for 6, few balls to spare. 89 from Jamie Ancliffe, very capable player. Decent bat, plays quite aggressively. He got 89 and he was the backbone of the innings, really, so Heysham beat Shireshead there. I wonder if the bowling restrictions have anything to do with that, because Dave Jack couldn't bowl his usual 23 overs, down to 12. But a really close game. I might have to eat my words come the end of the season. That's a special shout out for Andy Hill from Heysham. I sort of wrote them off a little bit, really, but that's a good performance to start with, really. And that 89 from Jamie Ancliffe, that sealed it a little bit, sealed that win. Just one more thing to add, really. I watched a game at Carnforth and there's something very unusual happened there, although they didn't win. Nelson and Parry put on 215 unbroken, 215 without loss, 40 overs, thanks very much. I've not seen this before. They were on 99 and 94. And Parry hit a single to get his 100, brilliant. And then the very next ball, Nelson hit a 6 to go to 100 as well. So 2 centurions there, and they both came to the 100 off consecutive balls. I think that's a bit unusual. It's worth looking at. So that's a little roundup. That's the format it's going to take each week. Tune in on Friday when I'll look at next weekend's games and see if we can throw a bit more light on the games of the day. Now, hopefully, you found this interesting. As usual, you can type in Northern Premier League or Palace Shield or Westmoreland Cricket League into any well-known search engine. And if you look for the Play Cricket sites, you'll get a full breakdown of the results. Thanks for watching, guys.